Hi everybody, it's Chef Nicole. Welcome to another Wednesday night demo. Tonight is all about burgers. I'm here on behalf of the Kitchener Market to share some delicious burger recipes with you. I don't know about you, but our family is obsessed with burgers, so I'm always trying to find new and creative ways to change up our burger recipes, and I'm going to share two of those with you tonight. So let's get started. So you're going to notice for tonight's recipes that it's more about the condiments and the things that we're adding to the burgers and the flavors we're adding, more than just the technique of making the burger. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to be caramelizing some red onions. So I'm going to get them sliced and in my cast iron pan and then onto the stove to cook really slowly while I do the rest of the burger. First burger that we're gonna make is going to be a beef burger. I'm gonna add some barbecue sauce to that, a little bit of tomatoes, and then when it finishes, I'm gonna be topping it off with some brie cheese and those gorgeous caramelized red onions. The reason that I'm gonna add tomatoes into my ground beef is because tomatoes will help a burger to taste beefier. So I'm just gonna add in a little bit of diced tomatoes. I'm also adding in two cloves of garlic, some thyme, and then I always like to add a little extra flavor, and so I'm going to add a little bit of barbecue sauce. Of course, we're going to season this with some salt and pepper, and then we are going to get in there and start mixing. Don't be afraid of seasoning your food. We don't want things to taste salty, but we do want to bring out the flavors in what we're making. Okay, so you just want to add enough seasoning for that to happen. I'm going to show you guys really quickly a little tip on how to equally divide your meat so that you can get even patties, so you don't end up with kind of the Frankenburger when you have to start like kind of taking a little piece off of each one when you realize that your last burger is not the same size as your first. So I'm going to show you guys how to avoid that. So the best way that I can suggest to do it is to like score it. So I'm gonna make 6 burgers out of the amount of meat that I have here. So I'm just gonna kind of go through and score with my fingers, and so that way they'll all be approximately the same size. So one of the things I just wanted to suggest to you guys is, do you ever notice with homemade burgers that you sometimes end up with kind of more of a circle, the middle puffs up, and you don't get a nice flat burger? So what you can do before you put it onto the grill or in your pan is actually just make it a little bit of a well into that burger, and then when it cooks up, it's going to cook up nice and flat. Look at these gorgeous burgers. Of course, you could definitely do these outside on the grill. Tonight, the weather was not cooperating to be outside, so I did them on my grill pan indoors. But as you can see, I still got those beautiful grill marks that we all know and love when we are enjoying a burger. So I cooked these to an internal temperature of 160 degrees. We're using my meat thermometer to make sure that they are cooked properly but not overdone. They are juicy, moist, and delicious. Okay, so I'm cooking our red onion over really low heat. I want to slowly caramelize these. I don't want to cook them really fast. I just want to cook them really slow. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt just to pull some extra moisture out of them. And they are going to be so delicious on top of our burger. I can't wait to show it to you. Up next, I'm going to show you guys my delicious pork and shrimp burger. It has ginger. Lots of good ginger in there. We've got a little bit of coriander seed, some garlic. I'm not going to use all of that ginger because that might be a little bit much. To that, I am adding some hoisin sauce for some sweetness, and a little bit of sriracha for a little bit of spice. Add as much or a little of that as you want, or leave it out completely if you just don't like it spicy. That's totally fine. And then I'm going to add in my shrimp. So this is about a pound, maybe a little bit more than a pound of shrimp that I chopped up into small little pieces. And then I am gonna work these together and get ready to make some burgers. These onions are cooking down beautifully. They're almost where I want them. I'm gonna let them go for just a couple more minutes, and then I'm just gonna put them on a paper towel just so they're not gonna take all of this extra oil onto the burger. And then in just about 5 minutes or so, my burgers will be out of the oven, and then we're gonna top them with some yummy brie cheese and these delicious onions. My onions are cooked down so beautifully. You can see they're soft. They're just look delicious. The last thing that we need to do before we make up these delicious burgers is to toast our buns. So I don't know what the rule is at your house. We have a couple people who don't like toasty buns here, but for the majority of us, we love having a nice crispy toasted bun. So I am just putting a little bit of olive oil on these. You could use butter. You could even just pop them in the oven without any oil or butter on them at all. They'll still toast up, but I always like to take the opportunity to add a little bit extra whenever time allows. We have cooked our shrimp and pork burgers, our delicious beef burgers, and I am going to show you guys how this feast just plates up. I don't love a lot of regular condiments, like I don't do mustard or ketchup or really even relish. So that's why I love creating fun burgers that have all kinds of different toppings on them that are super exciting to eat. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the burgers that we've made today. And I am just going to keep this brie burger pretty simple. It's a little bit of mayonnaise. And then I'm going to change it into a sriracha mayo for the pork and shrimp burger. And then, like we talked about, and you guys saw a lot of video on, these gorgeous caramelized onions. I'm going to make some sriracha mayo for our pork and shrimp burger. And then I'm going to top it off with some cilantro and some carrot ribbons. That's our bottom. Okay, find our top. Maybe just put a little bit on the top. And there. A little bit of cilantro. Again, if you don't like cilantro, leave it off. And one little tip I have for you about the pork burgers is that they had a little bit of moisture, extra moisture on them. So you could always choose to add in a little bit of breadcrumbs if you want to. I didn't. I just cooked them, let them cook, let the moisture cook out of them, and they came out absolutely beautiful. But if you are looking for a little bit more texture, you could always add in a 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs into the recipe. And I will make sure to add that note on when I post the recipe for you guys. So I'm just going to finish dressing this burger, and then that's going to be it for burger night. Thanks so much for joining me tonight for this burger demo. Again, we made a delicious pork and shrimp burger. We've topped it off with some carrot ribbons and cilantro and some sriracha mayo. We also have a gorgeous brie and caramelized onion beef burger. These are some of the favorite burgers that I serve around my table, so thanks so much for joining me, and I look forward to hearing about you serving them at yours. And as always, you can find me at Meals Without Madness on Instagram and Facebook. If you would like the complete recipe for these burgers, you can find it at mealswithoutmadness.com. And you know what I'm going to tell you guys now. The Kitchener Market is open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays for all your fruits, veggies, meat, cheeses, and so many other wonderful things. Lots of new vendors and faces are at the Kitchener Market, so if you haven't been out recently, you need to head out and check out the new faces and the great products that are there. So if you want more information on videos, programs, or anything else happening at the Kitchener Market, head over to thekitchenermarket.ca and you'll be able to get all the info there. Have a great day and happy grilling.